And welcome back to another episode of The Credit Authority. We are speaking to industry professionals today that once again support our mortgage and real estate community. And with me in the studio right now is Nick Ceccarini. He is the owner of Weatherstone Mortgage, located right here on Long Island, and of course licensed in New York and Florida. So Nick, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be here.
So, I bring different people on and we speak about all different times in the market. So I know you've been in the industry for a long time. How long ago did you start?
31 years ago.
All right. And
I'm a dinosaur.
I only say that to preference where I'm going. There's been such a huge transition and so many things that I've watched, I shouldn't say things, so many challenges that I've watched this particular industry face. What I want to know is, let's just go back to the people that have been in the industry for a while, but were maybe not part of our 2005, 2006, 2007 debacle.
Yes. All right.
So let's go back there. How did you recover and stay relevant when every other lender, especially the smaller guys, were folding?
It was a very interesting time. Not going to say anything different from that. Like I said, I've been doing it 31 years. I went from a small company and grew the company up to about 90-something employees at the time when the bottom fell out, is the best way to put it. We recovered. We stayed with what we do. Our referral sources and clients stayed with us because we treat everybody like family from the beginning. It was an interesting time. The licensing after the bottom crashed was really probably the second hurdle to get through to try to regain and regroup. Was you couldn't bring new people on that weren't licensed, and in New York State took about a year to get a new person licensed. So it wasn't like tomorrow I could go. And then the recruiting started where people that were falling on their faces tried to steal people and stuff. So we quickly went from 98 people to 12 people. We moved from Plainview to Holbrook. We regrouped and we just stayed true to what we do and took care of people, and it wasn't fun. The market right now is a little different than what happened back then.
And that's where I want to springboard to. So we know that the market, back in that time was a little insane. We know that the mortgage industry was blamed for everything. Nothing to do with anybody but people, that were writing paper, good or bad. Right? Now the market is bouncing back. We're starting to see some new programs come out. We're watching the market, like we just had Jennifer Gorin from Exit Island Elite on. She's talking about the market and what's happening with people overbidding. As somebody in your space, in that mortgage space, are you nervous that we are going to once again have a bubble burst and watch our economy falter?
Not at all. I think it's a completely different, now that I lived through it all, I can say that it's the same company, it's not a different company, it's the same one that did the 05 and the 06 bubble. The difference between the 05, 6 and what's going on right now is buying power. Back then it was an inflated buying power. Someone would buy a house, put a seller's concession onto it, so if you were buying a $200,000 house, you would make the purchase price $210,000 based on the fact that I could finance more money. The programs were the wild, wild west. You could do anything. You could go and put no money down, 110% financing. The rate was interest only, not make principal payments, and you saw what was going to come. You could give them your name and your social security number, and if your credit score was a 620, they gave you a mortgage for it.
Yeah.
Today, it's buying power. It's more of the market took a hit so much that I think the prices are starting to get back in line. Maybe they're a little bit higher, but because interest rates are so low, the borrower has the ability to buy so much more. The borrowers save more. You really don't see, I see 50, 100 clients a month, very few of them walk in saying, I have no money. Most of them come in now saying, I have $20, $30, $40, $50,000, or I sold my other house for so much and now I'm buying and I have a $100,000 down payment, $2,000, $100,000 down payment, that I believe the prices are warranted based on the interest rates and what they can pay. You're going to see that the people that are sitting on the sideline are going to miss out. Because if you buy a house today for $400,000 at 2.99, or you buy a house next year or in 2 years or in 5 years at $350,000 at 4.25,
Right.
you're truly going to amortize that loan and pay more.
The same payment.
Or the same payment, but you're going to pay more over the long run for that $350,000 house versus the $400,000 house today.
Yeah.
So I think that you're going to see a big change, and that's why I see that it's warranted right now. I haven't really seen a reason why the market could go up. I think the rates are going to start to go up slowly. But I've been wrong with that. I've said that the rates can't stay this low. The rates can't stay this low.
They've been low.
And they just keep staying low, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's a great thing to see. It helps everybody. Right now, nobody's losing out. The borrower is getting an incredible mortgage at a low rate. The bank is getting a stable borrower because they're verifying income, asset, and credit, so the borrower is fully qualified. And then you have a seller who's getting the true value of their home. And being able to take that, I see none of my clients that are selling their house and saying, I'm going to rent for 2 years and watch the market crash. I saw that happen the last time. This time, nobody's doing that. Everybody is going and selling their house, and they're either downsizing for a reason,
yes,
moving to Florida,
yes,
or upsizing for a reason. And they all have their own reasons, but everybody's doing very well in it. I'm excited to see what the market's going to do. I'm not one that sits here, and even after 31 years of doing this and seeing what's happened in the past, I'm not nervous about what's going to happen. I'm excited.
So, I have a lot of kids, right? Most people know that. So my oldest is 25.
Okay.
And he always says, Mom, maybe it's time for me to look for my first home.
It is.
And as a mother, I feel like the stress of him handling a mortgage payment would be astronomical.
He's 25?
He's 25, but you know what?
Hold on to that leash forever.
I know, I try.
But this is the best
Nick,
time.
I try. But so now, if as a first-time home buyer, somebody's coming to you, what advice are you giving them, or how are you preparing them? Because the world out there, like I discussed with Jennifer, is vicious. First-time home buyers, they're not seasoned, they're not selling, they are going in, they may have been living at home with mom and dad. This is a major payment shock. How are you preparing those first-time home buyers for reality?
Well, one, I know you've done this a long time because you use the word payment shock. Because that's an old school term that I use on every young couple
right, but
interview.
You understand, yeah.
Immediately. I have fun with it. I love the young couples that are buying their first home. I bring into my office. As much as technology is the day and they want to do their online app, or they want to play on the phone, or they want to text me their pay stubs and W-2s, I want to bring them in. I want to sit them down and I want to talk to them. One of the first things I ask them when I say is, how much money do you have in the bank? Is I ask them, how much do you save per month? And then I try to put in reality. Okay, so right now you live at home at mom, you pay no rent, and you save $1,100 a month, and that's what you do. Okay, well, you're going to stop about your Louis bags and your red bottom shoes right now. You're going to take a break from that, and you're going to go spend some time and actually see over the time. Let's save $2,500 a month. Live 3 months like that. One, we're going to have more money for down payment or closing costs, and two, you're going to see, Nick, I don't like this life. I don't like this. Affected us too much. I'm going to stay with mom for a lot longer, and you'll be happy. Or
like I like my kids in my nest.
Of course, I have a full apartment in my basement, and that's where all my girls live there now.
Yes, exactly.
And as soon as my girls go, my sons will go there. And I don't want them to leave. And I have 23, 22, and 20, and I get it completely. They talk about, when am I going to buy my first home, and they're saving, and I'm like, why would you? But although right now in the market is probably the best time for them to buy a house.
Yeah.
With the interest rates, if they got a 30-year fixed at 2.99, they're never gonna. Or if I go FHA and I'm giving them 2.25, I mean, these people are gonna get rates that they should never refinance that house.
Ever.
I tell everybody the worst part about the rates right now is I'm killing my long-term business. I'm killing it because I'm losing my future refinance business. It's gone. They're not going to come back to me and refinance because they should never touch these loans.
Yeah.
They should always keep them. So I know that most of the loans that I write right now, they're not going to come back because they're just going to refer me their friends. Which
is okay. Which is all right.
I'll get their kids, I'll get your kids.
Exactly.
And we'll go from there.
Now, we know, as you mentioned, that you have children in their 20s.
Yep.
Have you discussed with them coming on board and getting involved in the business?
None of them want to. None of my kids want to. My second daughter, her boyfriend works for me right now. He's licensed, he's an originator, wants to do it, nothing but mortgages. That's all he wants to do. My daughter, first one, is going to be a social worker. My second one is a CPA.
Did you not tell her this job is being a social worker?
She wants to be a social worker, and that's her thing. My second one is going to be a CPA. My third one is going to be a graphic design, and I don't know what my little one's going to be yet.
It's okay.
But yeah, but they're kind of, nobody wants to do daddy's business, so I don't know.
I'm trying to get my children,
to do what you do.
To do what I do. They're skirting it a little bit, and that's okay. We're moonlighting, but all good. Well, again, we are in studio today with Nick Ceccarini. He is the owner, president of Weatherstone Mortgage right here in Holbrook. So if you are considering buying or selling, or you need some mortgage advice, feel free to reach out to Nick. Otherwise, stay tuned. We have another amazing guest coming up.
I thank you very much. It was a great time.
Thanks.